If you want to master Salah, you have to master these 8 elements. Let me show you. Now, if you were to look at Salah, and if you try to boil it down to its most basic units, you'll see that Salah actually consists of 8 distinct postures. Now, if you master and perfect each posture individually, and you put them all together, what will happen is that it will dramatically increase the quality of your Salah and also ensure the technical validity of your Salah. Therefore, it's more likely to be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, keep in mind that what I'm about to show you is not a step-by-step sequence of Salah. The sequence of Salah we'll explore in a different video, insha'Allah. This is simply a logical breakdown of the 8 basic elements of Salah, regardless of the order in which you're supposed to do it. The idea behind this is to practice those individual elements in your Salahs until it becomes perfect. Remember, practice makes perfect. Now, the first posture is called Takbir al-Ihram or Takbir al-Tahrim, or you can just simply call it Takbir. And the purpose behind this posture is to actually begin your Salah. So the way that you do this is by raising your hands, and you want to ensure that the thumbs of your hands are either touching your earlobes or they are close to your earlobes. And you also want to make sure that the palms of your hands are directly facing the Qibla. Now, you don't have to close your fingers like this. You can keep them loose. But while your hands are raised, you are going to make niyyah. And niyyah means intention. You're simply going to intend and specify the particular salah that you're praying. So, for example, if I'm praying the 4 farad rakat of Zuhr, I'm going to specify in my mind that I am intending to pray the 4 farad rakat of Zuhr. Now, keep in mind that the intention doesn't have to be audible. You don't have to say it loudly. It can be done in your heart, in your mind. You can just simply think it, and it classifies as an intention. You are then going to bring your hand down like this, and you're going to take your right hand, and you're going to fold it above your left hand. And you're going to keep it below your navel or on your navel. And you're going to make sure that the 3 fingers, the middle fingers of your right hand, so that's ring finger, middle finger, and index finger, are placed on top of your wrist, your left wrist. And you're going to take your pinky and your thumb, and you're going to form a circle around your left wrist. And you're going to leave that right below your navel. Now, during Takbir al-Tahrim, you're going to keep your gaze fixed on the place of Sujud, the place where you prostrate. You're going to ensure that your toes are not pointing at an angle, but rather your toes are pointing straight towards the Qibla. The second element refers to Qiyam. Qiyam is that posture in which you are standing in Salah with your hands folded either on or below your navel. And during Qiyam, we normally recite 3 things. First, we recite the Thana, which is a type of praise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Second, we recite the opening chapter of the Quran, known as Surah Al-Fatiha. And the third thing that we recite is any other chapter from the Quran with a minimum length of 3 verses or 1 very long verse. Now, if you're a beginner and you don't know any surahs yet, you don't know any chapters of the Quran yet, learn 1 very short one and just keep repeating that in every single salah until you can learn more verses. Now, if this is the first qiyam in the entire salah, meaning that it is part of the first rak'ah, you are going to recite all 3, the Thana, Surah Fatiha, and another surah. The way that you're going to do this is that you're going to say the Thana first. Then, before starting Surah Al-Fatiha, you are going to say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And then after finishing Surah Fatiha, you are going to say Ameen. And then before beginning the next surah, you're going to say only Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. If the qiyam is the second qiyam, meaning part of the second rak'ah, then you're only going to recite Surah Fatiha and another surah. You're not going to recite the Thana. You're going to say A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, recite Surah Fatiha, say Ameen, say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and then start another surah. Now remember that during the qiyam, you're going to keep your hands folded in the same exact manner that I showed you during the Takbir al-Ihram position. You're also going to keep your feet in the exact same position as Takbir al-Ihram, meaning not angled, but straightforward. And remember that your gaze is going to continue to be fixed on the place of Sujud, the place of prostration. The third posture is called Ruku. This is when you go from the Qiyam position to the bowing position. So you're going to say Allahu Akbar, and you're going to bow down. You're going to grasp your knees with your hands, and you're going to lock your elbows so that your arms are completely straight. Your back has to be completely straight, and your head, or the back of your head, has to be level with your back. The back of your legs should also be straight. You shouldn't be bending your knees. And the position of your feet should be exactly the same as it was during Qiyam and during Takbirul Ihram. During the Ruku', you're going to fix your gaze upon your feet. And you're going to say, Subhana Rabbiyal Azim, a minimum of 3 times. You can say it more than 3 times if you are praying individually. You can say 5, 7, or any amount of odd numbers. But if you are praying in congregation and you are the Imam, it's recommended to keep it at a minimum of 3 Subhana Rabbiyal Azims so that you don't inconvenience anybody who's praying behind you. The fourth posture is called Qawmah. This is when you get up from the Ruku' and you're going to stand up straight. Your eyes are going to be fixed upon the place of prostration once again, and this time you're going to leave your hands resting at your sides. Remember to keep your feet as it was during the Qiyam, during the Ruku', and during the Takbir al-Ihram. While you are standing, you are going to say, Sami Allahu liman hamida, 1 time. After that, you're going to say, Rabbana lakal hamd. While you're prostrating, make sure that your palms are actually touching the ground. They shouldn't be cupped on the ground like this. And it's important to ensure that your arms are actually raised slightly above the ground. So your arms shouldn't be resting on the ground. It's also important to ensure that while you're in the sajda position, to ensure that your feet are in this position with both of the toes facing the qibla, both feet are vertical and they're closed, meaning that both feet are vertically touching each other. During sujud, it's important to ensure that your knees, hands, nose, forehead, and both your feet are touching the ground. Now, while in sujud, you're going to recite Subhana Rabbiyal A'la 3 times. The same things that I said with regards to the numbers during ruku' applies here in sujud as well. Your gaze is going to be fixed on your nose during sujud. So while you're in sajda, you're going to be looking at your nose like this. During sujud, your fingers are going to be tightly closed like this. You're not going to leave them loosely open. The 6th posture in salah is called Julus or Jalsa. This is when you sit up from prostration. During the Julus or Jalsa, you could recite an additional optional dua. Allahumma ghfirli warhamni wa'afini wahdini warzuqni. I'll include a copy of this dua in a link below. The 7th posture in salah is called Tashahud. This is when you sit down after the 2 prostrations during the 2nd rakat of salah or the 4th rakat of salah. Now, during the Tashahud position, you are going to continue to sit exactly as you did during the Jalsa, or what we call Julus. Now, in any salah which consists of either 3 or 4 rakats, there is going to be 2 tashahuds. In the first tashahud, you're only going to recite one thing. You're going to recite the tahiyyah, a link of which I will provide below. Now, during the tahiyyah, when you say the words an la ilaha, you're going to raise your index finger and you're going to form a ring with your middle finger and thumb. And when you come to the part where it says illallah, you are going to bring your index finger down and you're going to rest it upon your middle finger and your thumb, which forms a circle like this. And you're going to keep it like this throughout the entire duration of the tashahud. Now, during the final tashahud, which is usually in the 3rd rakat of a 3 rakat salah or the 4th rakat of a 4 rakat salah, in the final tashahud, you're going to recite 3 things. You're going to recite the tahiyyah once again, exactly like how I explained it before. And then it's going to be followed by Durud Ibrahim, regarding which I will provide a link below. And then after that, you are going to make this particular dua of istighfar, a link of which I will provide it below as well. The 8th and final posture in salah is called Tasleem, or what we commonly refer to as Salam. And this posture is what ends the salah. You are going to do Tasleem by simply turning your head first towards the right side, and you're going to fix your gaze upon your right shoulder, and you're going to say once, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. And then you're going to turn your head towards the left with your eyes fixed upon your shoulder, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This practically ends the salah.